Marilyn Monroe, without any obligations, one of the most beautiful women in history. Norma Jean, her birth name, was researched on for 5 years by Keith Badman, the author of Marilyn Monroe: The Final Years, a biography that reveals much myths and rumors to bring out the real story of Marilyn Monroe to his readers. Badman's biography leads readers through the ups and downs of Marilyn Monroe's life from the beginning of her life until her death. Keith Badman, the author of Marilyn Monroe: The Final Years, as mentioned before, researched on Monroe for 5 years, and this biography was his product. Keith Badman is an author and a detective. He brings out many of Monroe's covered secrets and interesting experiences throughout her life. The main reason as to why Badman wrote this biography on Marilyn Monroe is because he wanted to tell interested readers how Monroe overcame her challenging childhood to become one of the world's biggest sex symbols, and how the rumor of Monroe taking her own life are not true. Badman himself believes that moreover the long-believed assertion that the actress had deliberately taken her life, in my opinion, is a slur on her extremely warm, generous, and exceedingly affectionate character. Page 332. Keith Badman reveals many situations from Monroe's life that were meant to stay hidden. A song that relates to this part of Monroe's life is A Rumor Has It by Adele.
Not your love anymore.
This song is relative because it shows how rumors about Monroe's death spread around the world, and it is still believed that she committed suicide. The truth that Badman had discovered was that Monroe had died due to overdose of drugs and not suicide. Success doesn't come easy. Behind every successful woman, there are a lot of unsuccessful years, said by Jason Miles. Realistically, everyone struggles their way into achieving success. For instance, many of the famous actors or music artists that are popular now have had a rough pathway towards success. Just like Marilyn Monroe struggled and flourished her way into success. Marilyn Monroe is an actress known for her charming beauty and how naive she was. Monroe is one of those who were unappreciated during her life, but after her death, the world saw how amazing of an actress she was. On Tuesday, June 1st, 1926, at Los Angeles General Hospital, Dr. Herman delivered Norma Jean Mortensen, the legitimate child later known as Marilyn Monroe, the world's most celebrated movie star. Page 1. Her whole time, all those years, she was known as a legitimate child, but she didn't let that affect her career. Monroe was always determined to be a star. Even as a child, she would always fantasize about being a part of Hollywood. As Marilyn Monroe grew older, through all the struggles life had thrown at her, she had eventually become big and successful. Marilyn Monroe was a legend. In her own lifetime, she created a myth of what a poor girl from a deprived background could attain. Page 325. Some of her first movies she starred in were How to Marry a Millionaire, The Misfits, and Some Like It Hot. Marilyn Monroe had also started a singing career. As her career went along, she got a lot of hatred. She went through many ups and downs, but overall she was undeniably the most famous and successful actress. She's got charm, delicacy, and taste. Page 59. Those were one of her first compliments received in her modeling career. A song that relates is Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars.
Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day.
These lyrics relate to that quotation because both the song lyrics and the quotation talks about good looks and how beautiful Marilyn Monroe is. Marilyn Monroe is still, up to this day, known for her amazing looks that she didn't always have, but definitely developed. For most people, their childhood days were the most memorable, the most exciting, and the most amazing years. For Marilyn Monroe, her childhood was the complete opposite. It was a nightmare. Monroe faced a man versus self conflict. Her childhood threw so many struggles at her. Monroe had to endure so much. Monroe's childhood has been portrayed as despondent, dull, quite depressing tones insisting that she was for the better part of her young life unloved, unpopular, and poor. A song that relates to Monroe's childhood is a song for the lonely by Cher.
When you're standing on the edge of nowhere, there's only one way up, so your heart's gotta go there. Through the darkest nights, see the light shine bright. When heroes fall in love or war, they live forever.
This song related to Monroe's life because even though her life was full of darkness, she figured out a way on how to accomplish her dream. At a young age, Monroe shifted orphanage to orphanage because her mother, who was a single mother, became mentally ill. During her teen days, Monroe became independent, got a job of cleaning dishes at the back of a restaurant, and worked her way up the career ladder. Like mentioned before, Marilyn Monroe went through so much throughout her career. Monroe started having different health issues that were hard to endure, problems that went away but also returned. The cause of Monroe's death is due to issues regarding her health. Marilyn Monroe's death was caused by an overdose of the sedative Nambutal. Sedative Nambutal was a prescription drug that Marilyn Monroe took the night of her death. The bottle was found empty, which is now the reason why the world thinks the reason of her death was overdose of drugs, and the world also believes that she herself had taken her life. Keith Badman, the author of Marilyn Monroe: The Final Years, wants the world to know that she had not taken her own life. He felt that the world was questioning her character by that assumption. Just like most biographies, Keith Badman has written his biography on Marilyn Monroe just like ordinary novels are. He hasn't just listed facts and called it a biography on Marilyn Monroe. Most biographies are written in third-person point of view, and so is Marilyn Monroe: The Final Years. However, the actress was unrepentant about the misleading information she had contributed and drafted. Throughout the biography, Badman has referred to Monroe through third-person context. As Badman got closer to the end of the novel, he began to write in first-person point of view to share his own thoughts on Marilyn Monroe's death. In closing, I seriously hope that someday the charge of probable suicide on her death certificate is changed to simply accident. Badman has told Monroe's life and through dialogues, images, and novel-wise text which made her life sound even more interesting. It was well organized with her life stories. A song that is relative to the overall form of this biography is The Story of My Life by One Direction.
The story of my life, I give her all. I spend her love until she's broken inside. The story of
The song relates to the biography because Badman basically told readers the story of Monroe's life through different forms of text. To sum up, Marilyn Monroe: The Final Years shows the world moments of Monroe's life. Readers learn the obstacles Monroe went through and how she became ignorant to overcome them. According to Badman, her death was an accident of overdose of drugs, but the world believes she committed suicide. Her death will always remain a mystery.